very much. And Scott Russo has asked for a 1-minute rebuttal.
Not really a rebuttal, but healthcare and tourism are tied very closely together here. People come here as tourists and then want to live here. And so when you promote one, you're actually promoting the other. And we haven't just been sitting. It's not like surprise, we all of a sudden have a physician shortage. We now have a nursing degree program right here at Schreiner College, something that I think can be really proud of.
Thank you very much. Okay, Robert Keeble has asked for a 1-minute rebuttal.
I think it's important to point out that we need tangible leadership in this area. Dr. Michael Grocke came and addressed our council months ago, and to my knowledge, I don't remember hearing anything at any future council member after his address to council. And he spoke to council in very serious ways and in ways that I think deserved immediate action on the part of council. So it's always nice to say, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and we've got KEDF working on it or what have you. But I think tangible results are what counts, and I'm not seeing them. I'm hoping that we'll see them from the new council, because I think it's imperative that we do move forward with some of these issues.
All right, thank you for those comments. Anybody else in the audience that would like to ask a question? Mr. Bonnie, we have one in the back.
Right.
Once again, tonight's event is brought to you by the Kerrville Chamber of Commerce and the Kerrville Board of Realtors. We want to thank them for putting this on tonight. Sir, your question.
My name is Jim Wilson. I'm Vice Chairman of the Museum of Western Art. Many people in this community are very upset that the City Council fumbled the ball and let them go to a much more attractive place, as we didn't offer them any incentive to stay. Also, many people around here believe that the City Council turns a deaf ear to the nonprofit organization. One of the biggest here is the Museum of Western Art, and it's one of the crown jewels. And many people say, well, I come to Kerrville, I go to the museum, then I head to Fredericksburg to see the other museums there. Not one City Council person right now is a member of the museum. Not one of them support the museum financially or otherwise. And what I want to know is why, and I want to ask the prospective candidates up here, will you support this museum during its darkest days? And how will you support it? Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to start with David Wampler.
I don't quite know how to answer the question. No, I'm not a member of the Cowboy Artists Museum or the Western Artists of America Museum. With regard to the point that was made, I think about the former Texas Rangers Museum, there has to be a payback. There has to be a process involved with looking at what an investment of taxpayer dollars is going to bring to the community, going to bring to the city. And my understanding, both from talking to Mr. Davis and Joe Davis, who runs that endeavor, and also city staff, was that from a taxpayer standpoint, it didn't make a lot of sense to put $1.5 million into that facility without any assurance that we were going to receive any true benefit as citizens of this community. With regard to your other question about future support of the Cowboy Artists Museum, if there's a specific proposal on the table that you would like for the city or the city council to look at some point, I would more than welcome the opportunity to take a look at that. I don't know the facts with regard to your finances or anything else, but I can promise you that if you had something that you wanted to talk about, I'd be all ears.
Thank you. Paul Stafford, please. Place 4.
I am a member. I am a supporter, both financially and with in-kind services.
Mr. Gene Allen, place 4.
I am not a member at this time, and I would go on record to say that as a business owner, a local business owner, there's never a day goes by that someone doesn't come to my office or call me on the phone asking for a donation or support of some organization of various sorts. Yes, I would become a member. I've never been asked to become a member, but I would. You've basically asked me to, so I will. I give you my word. Businesses in general have a difficult time keeping in the black. Red ink flows rather freely, it seems, in the business world. And when you're constantly being asked to support and donate, it's difficult. in my personal life and my business life as well, I have a budget, and I try to live by that budget. I don't try to, I have to. And I feel like the city of Kerrville is in the same position. You have to live within the budget. I echo Mr. Wampler's comments. If there's a specific concern you've got, a specific project that you need someone to look at, yes, I'm certainly open to looking at it. I don't think we should, as elected officials, I don't think anyone should turn their backs and say, no, we're not even going to look at it.
Thank you. Mr. Robert Penny, place 4.
I can honestly tell you that every friend or family member that had visited us here in Kerrville in the last 7.5 years have gone to the Western Art Museum. I really enjoy that military discount, by the way. I was unaware that individuals could even join that in support. I knew we had support committees and things of that nature. I would be proud to become a member. I really would. The folks that we have actually went there with have said that's a great place. The Christmas time, or just before Christmas time, we had the train set. That was a joyful time for my grandson and his family, or my son and grandson and all of those guys. They really enjoyed that. I think it's important that we express our opinions about that and get some sort of advertisement out. Word of mouth is extremely good, and it has worked, but maybe we need to do something else. Thank you.
Thank you. Scott Gross, place 3.
Oh, I'm going to have to go real fast. I woke up in the morning and there was the Texas Ranger Museum out the window. It's like being punched in the stomach. And I called City Hall and said, what happened? I want a full review. And what it turned out to be was we didn't lose the Ranger Museum, we escaped it. They had so few funds that had we played along with what their request, if you like what happened with the pavilion, you would have loved what would have happened with the Ranger Museum. It's a sad thing to say, but it is true. As for the Museum of Western Art, before the budget kind of went in the dumper, I was working on a sign of a program for wayfinding signs. It's kind of tucked in over there where nobody sees it. Unfortunately, the economy went to pot, and I didn't get to finish the wayfinding sign project. Too many people say they come down Sidney Baker, hang a right on Main Street, and they don't even know that there is a Museum of Western Art, which is a wonderful place and really does deserve our support. And there's one final thing, and I can't read my notes, but it was brilliant. Oh, yes, ma'am. We have hot taxes, hotel occupancy taxes that can be used for promoting performing arts and so on. And last year, or 2 years ago, they had the usual just shy of $1 million distribution, and I said I don't want to give anybody anything. And we actually kind of coerced them, loved them, pushed them, suggested them into creating a performing arts council. Now those ad funds are used in a co-op, and they're much more effective. We've leveraged the sin out of it.